are going to do is we're going to face, we just did that side, so face back this way. We're going to be facing sideways. One foot is on the edge of the carriage. The other foot's going to be on the platform extender. And you're still back into sort of like your skater position. Okay, so exactly. So we're in our skater position. You can have your hands behind you so that your chest and collarbone are still wide. You're going to stay down. You're only extending your right leg, pressing out. So use the edge of your carriage. If you need to, put your foot right on the edge and press out with just a straight leg on just your right leg. Yeah, maybe not.
What the heck were they
Hey,
thinking?
good effort. It's perfect. That's okay.
Mentally, I'm still 25. But my body can, no.
Yeah, so those abs are still tight. You're bending and your weight is on your left leg. You're pressing out with your right leg straight at the top of the movement. Bring it in. So this is a nice skater position here. You okay, Barbara? Can I help you?
No, it feels good. Am I doing it wrong?
Not Barbara, sorry, Kathleen.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, look at you. You're good. She's feeling strong today. All right. Now, I want you to, when you bring the carriage in, stand up nice and tall. So we're going into slides. So, sliding, you're going to go down, stand up tall. Slide, come down, stand up tall. So now you're moving up and down instead of staying down in your squat. Press the carriage out, keeping your weight over the left leg still. So as you press out, then you're going to come up, stand up tall on that left leg. Press the carriage out as you squat down and come up tall. One fluid motion. Good. Very, very good. One fluid motion. So you're going to go slide it out at the same time that you squat back, and then you come up nice and tall. Good. Ready, squat and push at the same time. I know. Ready, push. There we go. How's everyone's glutes feeling? All right, and you can bring the carriage back to the stopper very gently. Step onto your platform extender and face the other direction. Do the same thing. So we're going to start in our squat, and we're just extending the left leg only. Good. Flat back. That means your spine is nice and long. Neck in alignment with our spine. Our collarbone is still nice and broad. Abs are tucked in. Glutes are fired up. Use the edge of the carriage to push it out, staying down. Bend and straighten that left leg. Bend and straighten. Very nice. Okay. Come on up, stand up tall. That's right, I know. And so don't forget to use those abs to help with that lower back, okay? So now we're going to do slides out, come up. Slide it out, squat down, bring it up. Okay, so make sure you keep the legs straight. So as soon as you start pushing, bend the right, push the left straight. Keep it straight. Press with the left. Squat. Squat and press at the same time. Now, up tall. Yep, so keep the right, left leg straight. Left leg straight as you can, and squat. So, good. Try to do it all at one time. Don't come back to the stop. As you squat, you should be pressing. Okay, and stopper, back to the stopper and relax. Good job. All right, come on off the platform and give yourself a little stretch of your glutes. So go ahead and cross your ankle over your knee. You can sit down. Let's stretch that out for just a moment. Very good. Okay, so we're going to give the glutes a little break. And we're going to go to quads. Quads and a little bit of, a lot of core here, because it is going to be our hover and our plank. So the hover is going to be quads, and when we're holding on the foot bar, it's going to be a lot of core and shoulders. So we're going to face the foot bar, and we're going to have our knees on the, and I think, let me see. I think we can remove the extender as well and have one red and one white. So let's go ahead and move our extender before we get all comfortable. One red, one white. Hands on the foot bar. So let's get set up first. Our feet are against the shoulder rest. can change yours. I don't know if this is gonna be, yeah, and let me give you a sticky pad just so you can have some cushion. Okay. And also, we probably could actually put your hands on your elbows on the carriage and your feet on this. So you can still do the hover and still do the plank. But if you want to try this way, try this. Okay. All right. Hands.
Probably a twist today.
So what I want is your wrist to be right under your shoulders, and I don't want your weight too much forward over the bar, okay? So more, and I want you to take your hips, and I want you to push them halfway over your calf muscles. Good. And now I want you to flatten your back out. So, good. Exactly. And now, so your collarbone is wide, your abs are in, you don't have a big arch in your back, you just have a nice neutral spine. And I want you to just inhale, stay, exhale, lift your knees about 1 inch off of the carriage without moving it. Hold, failure. Hold. Try to lean back a little bit, Annette. Without moving your carriage, just move your hips back. Head down, and come back down to the carriage. So when I say head down, I actually didn't mean to drop your head. Actually, just keep don't look up, don't look down, just keep it one straight line. Yep. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Pull those abs up as you lift your knees up with your exhale. Go ahead, exhale, lift the knees. Good. There you go. So find those abs. Feel the quads kicking in to help lift. Shift your weight back, Kathleen. And relax. What? Okay, I'll do it for you. Oh, come back to the stopper. I gotta take it off. Hold on, you guys can keep practicing. Wait, don't do anything. Lift up. And you guys keep practicing that.
Hold on, come back to the stopper too.
You guys.
No, she's just changing hers.
I was changing because she's too far away to get a good hover.
Oh.
So I want you to keep your hips back over the calves. You do not shift your weight forward over the arms. Hips back. There you go. Hips back. Now press the carriage out. Straighten the legs into your plank. Squeeze those glutes. Keeping a neck, come over the foot bar with your chest. Hold. Bend the knees. Bring the carriage back and come down. Okay, feel the plank. So we're going to do that all at the same motion. So we're going to exhale, hover, and press into your plank position. Stay. Inhale, just bend your knees to hover, and press back out. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten. Try to lift up out of your shoulders. Lift your hips up. Squeeze the glutes. How are you feeling over there, Constance?
Okay, just need a little more padding.
A little more padding, okay. And bring your knees down to the carriage safely and return to the stopper.
Can you turn it
I sure can. Good job. That's perfect, Constance. Very good. Yes, she's got it. On her elbows. All right, take a little breather. Hands on. How'd that feel? Good. Was it hard? I mean, you felt where you're supposed to be shoulders, core, no more glutes, right? We're trying to. Good. Okay, so I'm going to my next exercise. And that is going to be our low row with the bicep curl. So now what we have to do is come on off the carriage, grab our maple pole. So your maple pole is right on the side. And you're keeping the exact same spring, so you're fine there. We're gonna face the tower. But first what you're gonna do is what Kathy's doing is thread that maple pole to the straps. And we're gonna sit towards the back end of our carriage, and our feet, you can either sit cross-legged. I probably recommend that. If you need me to lift you up with your platform extender, we can have a little assistance. But go ahead and sit on your glutes, put your feet crossed in front of you or through the head or the shoulder rest. And I want your straps to be right in line with the pulleys that they're threaded through. Yep. And then your hands are going to be under and outside of your straps. Yep. Because we need to have room. Okay, so what I'm thinking is let's redo this and do short straps.
Okay.
So go ahead and just take it out and see if you can thread through to the short so you guys have a better range of motion.
Oh, you did that well. Okay, good.
All right, I'll come around and help you.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's got it, she's got it. Do you know how to make a short strap, Lori? Here, let me do it. So, Annette's got it. Oops. So thread that one through, and I'll do the other side. Okay. So,
Do you see what we're doing?
yeah, you
with the
just
shorts?
hold it. Yes.
Did you see?
Yeah,
you
but
never-
it's
okay.
too much.
Okay.
So I have to figure out
Okay,
something
so,
else.
you know what you can do? You wanna do it with, well, I don't wanna just overwork one side, but you could just do the one hand and don't use the maple pole for a row. So you're gonna have your palms up and your pulleys in line. Let me see here, Constance.
I can do that. The left is pretty strong now.
Okay.
33 days in.
Right, yeah. Roll it down, roll it up, don't touch the wrist. Okay, so make sure your straps are in line. Did you get it, Annette? No, you gotta, let me, almost got it. All right, hold on, oops, wrong one. Is it this one? All right, so you fold it towards the buckle. There we go, and now, here, put this one on. Let me just take it to the end. There we go. And right through here. And now we're gonna have our hands, palms facing towards the ceiling. We're sitting up nice and tall. Now we're gonna, and Kathy, actually move back a little bit. Because we really kind of want just a very slight bend in our elbow, like a 5-degree bend. Now we're still looking at a vertical spine here, so we're sitting up nice and tall, our eyes are straight forward. Roll the shoulders back and down, so we have that nice neutral scapula, spine, and pelvis, so you're sitting evenly on both sit bones on that carriage. Abs are in. Okay, so arms lifted up a little bit, out in front of you, come in a little closer, Kathleen, yeah. There we go, and I want you to exhale, row, hold it to your sternum. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, curl, bicep curl. So now keep moving, so extend. Exhale, row to your, below your chest. Exhale, straighten, inhale, straighten. Exhale, curl. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, row. Good, so now.
My sternum, it's gotta be.
Yeah, you're right. I actually didn't mean sternum. Sorry.
That's
So
all right.
right below our chest, so right into our lower mid-rib level. And then pull, so your hands coming towards your ears without lifting our shoulders and also keeping our rib cage in. So if it's too heavy, let me know. We can reduce the tension. So straighten, and then you lower and pull. So a low row. And then we go up, and then we go right into our bicep curl. How does it feel on that? Good, you guys feeling, so we want to think about when you're rowing, squeezing those shoulder blades together without opening our rib cage too much. We're still sitting forward, everybody, over our hip bones. Keep your hands a little lower, Kathy, just kind of into your forehead. So we don't want to lift our elbows up. We want to keep them still in space and coming right towards our forehead. Better. Rib cage in, sitting tall in our sit bones, not leaning back or forward. So really feeling our core working as well as our bicep muscles, the top of our arm, and our back muscles right between our shoulder blades. And you guys can relax. Go ahead and just roll forward and feel a stretch through your back. Good. All right, so we can take the maple pole out. We can undo our straps, make them back to long. And we need one red and one blue, so if you just have your white, you can add your blue and take off the white. And we're gonna go to quadruped, hands on the headrest. So quadruped means our knees, and you can just put your elbows down on sides. So let's see, you got your, just do that one for now, just because you'll be doing it on your elbows instead of your hands. So you can drop your straps, we don't need our straps, and you're gonna have one red and one blue. So always remember, just for a reminder, when you're changing your springs, put your heavy on before you remove anything. So add before you remove, just so that we have safety measures all ingrained in our head. All right, so our knees are on the carriage, our hands are on the headrest, or the, not on it, sorry, the headrest here. Oh, yep. Quadruped head position. You can also put your hands right here around the shoulder rest. And guess what? We're going back to glutes, because this is a more of a posterior chain workout today. Okay, so I wanted to give you a break, do some upper body, even though we did still posterior, but we did upper body posterior. So let's think about our neutral spine and onstance. Go ahead and walk your elbows forward more so that you're not pushed back over your heels. And then shift your weight forward a little bit. There, very nice. Okay, so you're thinking tailbone long and lengthening back, and then your shoulder blades are nice and flat against your ribs. Your abs are in, and I want you to take your right heel, put it up on the foot bar, and without shifting your weight forward or backwards, press your legs straight out, and then return and keep moving. So exhale, press. Right, so we're not listing to your left, which is where your weight wants to go. So you have to really think heavy on the right hip, right? So that you're equal on both sides. Extending the legs, squeezing the glute. So you're going to feel little shoulders here too, right? Because you're pushing into the carriage to stabilize your shoulders, your core, and your hips. Squeezing, pressing. 3 more. Just inhale, exhale as you press. 1 more. And let's switch sides. Good. So we also want to think about where our knees are. You want your knees in line with our hips. So you, sorry, I don't want to tickle you. Right? And then our shoulders in line with our wrists. Still with a nice flat back, so you're not arching. You don't want to sink into your lower back. You still have to pull those abs in, lengthen your tailbone head to toe, and let's exhale and press away. Good, keeping alignment throughout. Try not to lock our elbows out either, right? So just a slight little bend just to support, because we don't want to hyperextend any of our joints. Your head is still looking probably at the Bosu because you don't want to drop your chin down. You want to keep your airways open. You want to keep your neck in alignment with your spine.
Breathing my help.
Yeah, and exhaling as you press, inhale as you return. Good, and come back to the stopper and go ahead and round your back. So I want you to exhale, push your shoulder blades apart as you pull your belly button in and tuck your tail under. Nice, rounded. Exhale, come back to neutral, rolling your vertebrae slowly, tail to head. And then inhale, roll, pressing your shoulder blades apart, ribs up to ceiling. Good. And shake it out. Very good. So that's kind of stretching out. You can also do a shell stretch if you want. You want to come back and just lengthen. Good. Then what you're going to do is 1 rep. So let's reach back, take off your blue real quick. We're going to go to some abs now. 1 red, and you're going to just walk those knees right up to your shoulder rest and your hands on the sides of your carriage.
Did you pick up my stickies?
Your stick? Oh, I did. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was like,
It's all right.
but you can use the stickies too. So we're going to grab those back. So you can just put probably your elbows on this too, because this is just a knee tuck. So it's our abs pulling. Okay. All right. So our knees are against the shoulder rest. All right. And you are going to still be in your nice neutral spine, neutral pelvis. Everything's still in alignment here. And now what you're going to do is pull your knees to your elbows. You're not pulling with your arms. You are tucking under by pulling the knees towards their elbows and using your abs to pull the carriage towards you. And that does not mean pulling yourself on the sides. You're there to stabilize, okay? So you're back here, and I want you to just pull your knees under. So pull. There you go. So feel from the belly button, pulling up as you tuck under. So you're tucking those knees under without using your arms to pull you. Good, keep going. Inhale, exhale, pull. Good, so try to flatten out here. Lift up a little bit, lift up in your belly, and good, yep. So those sits bones are actually pulling back towards the mirror as your knees are going in the opposite direction towards the elbows. Good. Now come back to the stopper. So you all did well with a flat back. We're going to try to do that with a round back. So you have to really feel that. So you're going to round your back. So think someone's poking you right into your belly button, like you're a little puppy dog. And you want to take that tail and your scared little puppy dog and you tuck it under and you're nice and round so your shoulder blades are protracted. And now go ahead and keep the roundness and do that little knee tuck. Yep, there you go. Good, Kathy. Really try to press your tailbone under because right now you're doing a good job of sticking it out. Now let's try to tuck it under. So think, squeeze your hips under you. I want to see a nice round back. You have a C or a U. Yes, it's okay. This is one thing that you can work on because you have that really flat back and we want to be able to have some mobility through our spine here in the lower back. And good job. How's everyone's abs feeling? Do you feel shoulders a lot too? Good. Just go ahead and take it back to a shell stretch. Everybody. Wrist, okay, let's give the wrist a break then. Let's go to side lying. And we'll do some side lying. And let me know, you can either use your headrest by pulling it up, or I can give you a little squishy ball and you can lay on it. So we're going to do some side lying.
I want a ball.
You want your ball? Okay. Anybody else?
Yes.
Side lying. So,
Yeah, I'll do a little ball.
okay, here. Let me bring them all around. She grabbed hers.
Yeah. Thank you.
Want a ball for your neck so you can lay on it? Okay. We just need the small, let's see.
And red, right?
One, yes, keep that the way that is. And let me move my notes real quick. Good, so you're gonna have your bottom leg bent and your top leg is gonna be straight, but you're gonna take your strap and you're gonna put it on your foot. So we have some legs
On the
once again, but what's so great about Pilates Reformer is that you're using your stabilizer muscles. So you still have to use your core in order to not move your hips forward or backwards. So lay down. And the other thing, you can use your bottom arm and grab your shoulder rest. Oh, it's wrong one. Make sure you use the strap that's closest to you. And Lori, yours is twisted, so let me help you with that. Oh. All right, so one straight line. You have a little space underneath that waist, okay? So you want to not squish my hand if I come around and put it there. Flex your foot. I want you to be in one straight line. So move your hips forward enough. You're good, Lori. You want to come forward of your carriage more. There we go. All right, with your legs straight, everybody lift up off of that hip, okay? Off of your waist, so you're good, perfect. Okay, I want you to keep your legs straight, and I want you to swing it to your midline as far as you can without bending it. Keep it straight, and that means you cannot let your hip come forward. So you're kind of counterbalancing by pushing your hip back. Swing it back to a little bit behind you without that rope giving you a rope burn across your face. Press back. Inhale, swing your leg forward. And you can put your hand right on your hip if you want so you can make sure it's not moving, right?
Good, yeah.
Yep, so you want to know that when you're coming forward, yep, go ahead, come forward. You just want to feel the lengthen from the glute through your hamstring, and then you press back with the heel. Inhale. Forward, exhale, press away. How does the tension feel? Pretty good? Want to try some leg circles with that? So stay at the forward position in your midline. And I want you to lift up and around and down with your legs straight, and you're not moving those hips. Lift up a little bit, Kathleen. No?
Trochanter stuff.
Oh, you have, okay, then you can do it with a bent knee if you want. You can bend and press with a bent knee. So press, but still try to be very,
Yeah.
those rib, the rib,
Well, yeah.
it's on the joint burger. Okay, then you sit back off of it.
Yeah.
Good, let's reverse that circle. So you're gonna go push back, then come up and around and down. Good, so I would move a little bit forward and bring your leg. Are you okay? Is it burning?
No, it's okay. Yeah.
All right,
It's just
now
hard.
go ahead and grab your strap with your hand, because we're gonna put our hand into the strap and just do some side lying, a lower and lift with our arm. And I want you to stick your legs out in one straight line. So straighten those legs out underneath your foot bar. You're still lifted nice and tall and long. Good, so now you're one straight line. Your hand is through the strap, palm facing the mirror. And I want you to exhale, lower the arm to your hip. Palm facing down, Kathleen. Yep, and lift. Only do 5 here. Good, so keep your shoulder down. Maybe don't go so high, or I can lower your springs. I think we're gonna lower. Let go for 1 second, and I'm gonna bring you back. And we are going to lower yours, because I want you to have better feel without using your shoulders so much. All right, there you go. Take your strap and press straight down without moving your shoulder or your elbow. So straight up, straight arm. Exhale, press down. There we go. So right here underneath your armpit, your lat muscles, your triceps. You feeling that?
Yep.
Good. Exhale, press down. Inhale, lift. Legs are straight. You're still lifted off you have that little space underneath your waistline. Good. And you can lift it straight up. And I want you to come straight down in front of you. And now press it down. So we're gonna lift and lower just from the front. Just from the front. Nope, keep it down, Annette. And just lift the arm up to shoulder height. And then press it straight down to your hip. Good.
Okay.
Exhale, press. Yeah, just to about in front of your hip. Because we still want to think about where our shoulders are, right? So we're not rolling forward in our shoulders. Your shoulder is back and down. Your chest is still wide as you lift the arm. Exhale, press down. So lift straight up. Sorry. Yep, and then press straight down. So palm is going to face this way, and the arm is straight. Open up your chest a little bit. There we go. Okay, and come on down and let's switch sides because we are running out of time. So now we're going to put our leg in strap, our foot in strap. Other side, other strap.
Oh, rolling over takes as much. Sorry.
Good. All right, so your bottom leg is back on this one. And then the other leg, obviously the strap is in it, around the arch of your foot. We're trying to sit up. So think shoulder and hip is in one line. We're lifted off the waist, perfect. And I want you to straighten and swing your leg forward. And exhale, swing it back just behind you a slight bit. Sitting up nice and tall. Feel that stretch to the hamstring, squeezing the glute on the way back. And you're not rolling the hips forward or backwards. Good. 3 more. Actually, let's do, 3 to 5 so we can keep it even and balanced up for both sides. Good. Yep, those abs are in, the ribs are in. We're lifted off of our waist. Shoulders down, away from our ears. Good. And now some leg circles. So you're going to come forward, lift up. Come forward, lift up. And then come down, push away, and come down and around. So forward and up, down and around. Yeah, and you don't have to have very big circles to make this work. They can be smalls as long as you're not moving your hips forward or back. You're really trying to open up the sits bones as your leg comes forward. Yep, they can be nice small circles. Good. I like what I'm seeing here. Good, reverse the circle. Excellent. put your hand in your strap. So bend your knee to get the strap to your hand, and then straighten out the body, one long straight line. Still lift it up. You still really have a lot of energy through the legs. So you're not just hanging out into your legs, you're squeezing everything. Arm is straight up to the ceiling, palm is facing the mirror. Exhale, lower the arm to your hip. Oh, you know, what are you doing? She's so over here cheating. So slide back a little bit. Now you can moving. I was wondering the same thing. I was like, how is she doing that? Okay, push down and just stop right before the stopper hits. So right there and right back down. Do not bend that elbow too much, okay? So you want to feel that lat muscle like squeezing down your rib cage. And your abs are in, and you're lifted, those legs are nice and lifted and straight. Very pretty, so you look like a nice arrow. Or a dart. Anything else you can think of that's straight line, like a diver. Good. Stay at the top, palm faces me or the store. And I want you to go straight down first. And now turn your palm towards the mirror and press straight down in front of you. Good. You're still keeping that wrist in line with that shoulder. So lift, so it's like a forward raise. Raise the arm forward and down. There you go. That's great modification on stunts. Very good. Yep. Very good. So you're still feeling right here. Nice job. And we're going to go into a circle. So you're going to lift up. Come now. When you stay, everybody, go up to the ceiling, down to the hip. Nope. Back up to the ceiling. And we're going to go down to the hip. And we're going to go forward towards the store. And we're going to lift up to the ceiling, down to the hip, forward to the store, up to the ceiling. So a little circle around. Stay tight. Good job. And reverse the circle. So reversing it, I guess, would be down to the down, and then, yeah, you all have it. You don't even need me to tell you. Abs are in. Let's do two more, and then we can come off and put our straps back, and we can stretch it out. Very good. And relax. Good. So straps down. Woo, good job. Good. All right, enough laying down. And let's see here. Let's do some single thigh stretch. I know we started with it, but nothing wrong with ending with it either. So red, add your red. Red and blue is fine, or just red. What is this? Oh, this is our foot thing. Yeah. There we go. Oh, everybody did. Oh, with our feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay, single thigh stretch. Okay, I guess we're gonna start on our left. So you're gonna put your knee on the carriage, your foot against the foot, shoulder rest. So put your foot on the thing. I want your ankle and your knee in alignment. So have it up in front of your foot bar a little bit. There we go. I want your chest up first.
You want your leg?
I want this leg forward. Yes, there we go. And then that way when you press that foot back, right, your knee stays in alignment, right, with your ankle. It doesn't go over your ankle. You're pressing back with the carriage leg. Chest and back are straight. So you're still staying neutral from your head to tail. There you go. So you're pressing that hip or your thigh. That's why it's called single thigh. Stretching that right thigh. Keeping neutral in your spine, squared up towards the carriage or towards the mirror as you come up, one straight line. Press down and hold. And straighten out your front leg, stretch out your hamstring. Press back a little further if you need to. You can use your arms for assistance. Hamstring stretch. Good. Bend the knee as you come forward. Both knees bend, lift your chest up, and switch sides. Same thing on the other side. Make sure your heel's up against that footrest. And press all the way back. There we go. Keeping that front knee bent for the first set, right? Yep. Press back, feel that thigh stretch. Keeping the front knee bent. You can go deep by just bending deeper into that knee. Pull out all the way and straighten out your front leg for a nice hamstring stretch. Feel free to drop your chest down even closer towards the thing by pressing your arms out straighter, as long and lengthened as you can be comfortably. And as you come up, bend both knees and slowly return the carriage and chest up. Good, and stand next to your carriage. Let's do a nice little stretch at the end here for our upper body. Take your hands behind your back, roll the shoulders back and down, but pull the ribs and abs under. Yeah, drop your ear to your shoulder. And your chin to your chest. Left ear, left shoulder. Just in case we got into our traps, which was what we're not supposed to do. But sometimes happens. Okay, good. Relax. Take the right arm across, shoulder down, away from the ears. Barbara, down here. There we go. Yes, I know. But yeah, you have to literally make it happen.
Okay.
All right, other side. Just stretching out the back of our shoulders. We did do a little back exercises. So today we did not do a lot of anterior. We did mostly posterior, but that was the plan. So if you're gonna plan your workouts for the rest, for today or tomorrow, do something anterior. Push-ups. And you are done. Good job. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
And I'll get you all some wipes.